fellowship session today. Shegun Law is my name. Which religion is the way to heaven? How many religions are in the world? Which one do you practice? Does the one you practice guarantee the way to heaven? How are you sure? What is the difference between the one you practice and the one practiced by others? How are you sure that the one practiced by others does not guarantee route to heaven? How did you come about the confidence that only your own method or means will lead to heaven? Is God a Christian, a Muslim, or does he have other religions? All these questions are pertinent. All of these are in the wake of incidences in Nigeria, especially in the northern Nigeria. Share this broadcast with everybody that you feel should think about all these questions. People are being burnt, killed, destroyed, maimed, attacked, assaulted in the name of religion. Some are even taking it to the extreme. What is religion? And what is it supposed to achieve? Or what is it meant for? Religion is supposed to be organized system of worship, of faith that guides people in accordance with morality to assist them to live in a manner expected, pleasing to the superhuman, in order to gain spiritual favor, succor, and a destination or life after life. If you know what I mean, life after life. In other words, people are promised heaven after life, that is, after death. So, and religion is expected to be the vehicle to drive people to all of this. Question is, how many religions are therefore in the world? Are all of them approved by God? If not all, which ones are approved by God? Which one are you practicing? And what is the guarantee that the one that you practice is approved, or is the one or few or among the few approved by God? If religion is aimed at guiding people towards morality, worship, and the rest, and promise of life afterwards, then the question is, why are we the ones to determine who must practice what? Religion, does it guarantee heaven? If it is aimed at morality, if it is aimed at putting humanity at center, I've read the Bible, I've read Quran to a little extent, but more of I've read the Bible. The Bible guarantees or preaches humanity. For instance, when they say love your neighbor as you love yourself, it's simply saying let humanity be at the same. What you will not do to yourself or accept or take, do not do to neighbor. What you feel is good for you, you may recommend or suggest or assist a neighbor to get. Helping neighbor, because if you love yourself, you help yourself. If you love your neighbor, you help your neighbor. Love your neighbor as yourself. Extend love to neighbor. That is humanity being at the center. If your religion doesn't preach that, you may need to want to check. I don't know what religion you practice. Now, let us even leave Islam alone. Can we come to narrow for many who are Christians? Do you truly love your neighbor as Christians? I've told stories here before of how even fellow Christians discriminate among themselves. I have seen Christians say, oh, I can't marry because she is celestial. Oh, I can't marry that brother because he's of the Jehovah Witness stock. Oh, I can't marry because the denomination practiced by that fellow is not this. Even within the same Pentecostals, Gospel Faith Mission, Foursquare Christ Apostolic, uh, different chapels, all of them discriminating. If it's not from your denomination, we are even, let's not even go to distant Islam. Humanity doesn't discriminate. You see everybody as humans. Regardless of who founded or what prophet founded what religion, even Jesus wasn't a Christian. It was after Jesus ascended or left that an organized system patterned after him was started by humans. Jesus did not start Christianity. He did not say, create a religion in my name. But we accepted it as humans that we love what he came to do. So let us create something patterned after his style, which is not a problem. But why should the apostolic be different from the celestial? Be different from the witnesses? If not for different personal interests. So even among Christians, we discriminate. But all of us suddenly want to unite against Islam, to say, oh, Islam is not practicing what they claim to be of peace. Oh, as Christians, are we even practicing what we claim that Christianity is supposed to be for love? Religion of love, isn't it? It's supposed to be. Why do we all choose to do what we do? This morning, I was strolling. I saw a woman and I was surprised to see her. She's a Christian. And I saw she opened shop. She said she wanted to quickly sell markets so that she could raise money to go and quickly pay her tithe in church. And I said, oh, you want to go and pay tithe in church? She said, yes. I said, oh, that's fine. But you know what? She sells alcoholic drinks, all those shekwe, action bitters, alumo, Chelsea. Also, that's what she sells. She wanted to quickly sell and go and use it to pay tithe in church. I said, why are you putting yourself under this kind of desperation? She said, because they give them envelopes and they tag the envelopes in church. So they would know or notice that she has not paid. And she does not want the church or the pastor or the usher to notice that she, as a shop owner, has not paid a tithe. That simply tells us something. You're not necessarily doing it because you care. You're doing it because you don't want them to ask you why you have not paid, because they label envelopes for people paying tithe in church. And I said, but there are people around you who truly, what do you think these tithes are used for in church? She said, maybe they will go and give it to charity and all that. But excuse me, you don't need organized charity. You know one young boy or small boy who has not paid, who is struggling to buy pencil and book or eraser at school near you. You know somebody who is hungry near you. Must you go and give somebody who wants to use it to service their private jet or helicopter that they used to go and, to travel abroad, put their children as overseer at USA Maryland Church, before you can be confident or before you can be satisfied that you have paid tithes? What about humanity that is surrounding you, that you shun, that you ignore, that you neglect? Must it be that until you get to that organized setting, that they compel and force you to pay before you can say, yes, I have serviced humanity and I'm pleased? Does God appear to people in human form? Is God in human appearance? The answer will be no and yes. It's relative. You know, God appears to human in human form. There is God around you. You just are not sensitive enough to notice or to understand it. Even Jesus said, when you give to the needy, you have given to me. You see the needy around you, all surrounding you, but you don't care. And yet, you are a Christian. What would Christ have done? Or what is the meaning of Christianity? Christianity means patterned after Christ. Like Christ. Christ like. Christian. Yoruba will say Christian and he be Christy. So if you want to be like Christ, the question is, what will Christ have done in a situation where you find yourself with somebody who is in need around you? Give to that person. Do you understand it? Give to that person who needs around you. Now, we have been preaching for so long ago. If I put some people, some just small group of people around in a small hall, choristers singing, give them a microphone to sing, put a normal standard church service online, 2 hours every Sunday, and I put an account for church for people to donate online, you will pay. Under the belief that you are giving to God, right? But if I show you cases like I've been doing, oh, we ran into somebody who is in need. We ran into this person is pregnant, heavy, and is suffering, hawking. We think we should help. Oh, we ran into this person, is challenged. We ran into this person. You will not give. Why? Why is your heart? But you have. Are you reading your Bible? Are you reading your Bible? And are you doing what the Bible even asks you to do? Let's even leave Islam. Islam is even far. For those of you who are Christians, talking about Islam is even far. Let's start from horse. We may not have yet been throwing dagger, using physical weapons, knife, AK-47 or anything, yes. But what we have in mind towards one another as Christians, you are expecting somebody to fail so that you can go and share testimony that your own is even better relative to the other person. And all that. You are always in a hurry to give testimony that you are better than your neighbor when you can help your neighbor. Just a little push for that neighbor could have, and you will be, what is wrong? No, there's nothing wrong with having a sense of satisfaction that the other person's testimony, you are part of it, and you'll be contented. Do you know, for instance, I don't need to go to church to pick the microphone and do testimony, but I'll be happy for the testimony of the other person to say, thank God, God used so and so for me. That is me. I will be seated. I don't even have to be present in the church. Mention God first and say God used people. If you feel like mention names, it's fine. But I will be happy that deep down in your mind, you have that name in mind that God used so person. I don't even have to be the one to use my mouth to share testimony, but I'm happy that God used me in that person's testimony. Some are expecting me to come here and report that, oh, so person we were trying to help has died because they did not have enough money for surgery or for this or that. You are waiting for that, and you will be happy, and you are a Christian. No, I'm coming to Islam. Let's start with Christianity. Charity begins at home. You are expecting me to come and say, that person eventually, we are sorry, we lost that person. Is that what you are waiting for? And you are a Christian. Is that not even more wicked than, killing somebody or fighting somebody and killing them alive and like burning, that one that happened in Sokoto? What you have harbored in your mind, is it not even worse? This is the right gospel we should be preaching to ourselves first before we even look at outsiders. But imagine that we now say, oh, so person has given birth or has delivered. Thank God for using you to. Will you not sitting down, not be happy to say, God used me. I'm part of this testimony. God used me to be part of this story. Will you not be sad? There's a sense of satisfaction that you are happy, a joy in your heart, and God is blessing you for it. Isn't that enough? But you just look at it, oh, wọ́n náà ní ìdòwò fún èèyàn kan báyìí, pẹ̀lẹ́ yà, wọ́n dẹ̀ gún bọ̀bọ́ yẹn pa ṣá, wọ́n dẹ̀ níyàwó ẹ̀ lóyún sínú. You are expecting us to announce that the person is dead because she doesn't have money to buy drug or to feed or to go to hospital, and you are a Christian. Will Christ be happy that you are sitting down looking at that without doing it, and you have the money? And yet we see some of you pastors who are abroad, though. You don't even have that to a pastor giving Zazu money. I don't have anything against it. It's okay. You can give anybody you just feel attracted to. Yeah, I also, if I see Zazu today and I feel that he doesn't have enough and I have more than him, I'll give him. But I'll not give to Zazu when I know that he has more and there's somebody somewhere who needs just little and I'm not giving. That is the way I feel. And I'm just talking from the humanity angle of it. I don't want this to be like a long sermon. And I'm not trying to provoke anybody. I'm only trying to prick your conscience. Oh, that woman is blind. She just needs this little amount. If 10 of us or 20 or if me alone can give this out of the amount they need for, that's, will I not feel sense of satisfaction deep down in my heart that God has used me? So that when they are sharing that testimony, I feel like, yes, this testimony is my testimony because I'm part of the success among ourselves. Now let's go to Islam. We are all thinking about heaven after life, right? Heaven after. Okay. Is God a Christian or a Muslim? What does Islam say about making heaven? Did Islam impose violence as a way to compare people to heaven? Must you compare people? And those who have killed, are they going to heaven because you have killed them violently? You don't even have the answer. Are you supposed to fight for God? Or are you supposed to worship God to fight for you? We have read stories of people who were said to commit blasphemy to them. And they now came out saying, hey, I saw God. Hey, this happened to me. God, please forgive me. Let God fight for himself. If that God is truly potent. You are not the one to energize God. You are a mere mortal. God doesn't die. God can wait 99 years to show somebody himself, his true self. It doesn't depend on you. I hope you're getting. It doesn't depend on you. You want to fight for God. You mere mortal, you will soon die. How many years do you know you have on earth? So by killing people, you are guaranteed of heaven. Why not leave God? Worship God. Religion is personal. Religion is supposed to be between you and your God. Worship God. Leave heretics. Let God deal with them. Pray for them to change. We have seen people coming to change, saying, "Oh, there was Saul in the Bible who turned to Paul." Used to castigate gospel preachers, used to castigate the apostles, used to castigate anything about, gospel. But there was one day, as reported in that Bible, that he had an encounter that changed his life. It doesn't fall upon you to deal with heretics. It's not your business. You are mere mortal. Okay, that person you have killed, have you changed that person? What is the essence of wasi? What is the essence of preaching? Is it not to change humans, to convert? So does killing convert them after they are dead? It doesn't. I want to beseech all our Muslim brothers, sisters, practitioners, adherents to prevail on their extreme or extremist counterparts, whether in the north or wherever they are scattered or distributed, that they cannot determine for God. They are mere mortals. Prevail on them that they do not have to fight for God, that they do not convert anyone by killing them. The essence of wasi is to touch people's hearts so that they can change from bad to good. Isn't that the essence of all this? Preaching, religion, morality, and the rest. So why not continue to use the preaching method? If you had been killed for not being a particular religion, would you have the opportunity to become an Afa that you are today, or whatever it is you are today? Answer definitely is no. No one killed you. So why do you want to kill others when you can just simply minister or preach to them? You want to fight for. I don't want to speak too much about Islam, but I want to talk more about even those who claim to be Christians. Are you any different? And what is your difference? We still have humanitarian cases. This week, we are still reaching out to people, and we still need your support. I'm not giving church accounts. I'm giving the accounts we are using to reach out to individuals. The other time I talked about, only 2 persons responded on this. I mean, talking about 2 cases we have to reach out to. Only 2 responded so far, even though the responses, I'm happy. At least that's it's impressive. But I'm saying you try to count. Try to count. If you truly care, if you're not just watching for the sake of just trying to make jests. No, don't watch for count. Take a step. There are humanitarian cases. We have showed you cases. Those who are between life and death. Those who are, you are not, God will be happy. By the time we are sharing their testimonies of coming back to life, of surviving, of making it, you will be happy, and that is you are part of the testimony, and that's important. Leave Muslims first. You as a Christian, count as a Christian first. From your heart, be humanitarian first. Otherwise, what does it amount to that you are judging others? I remember telling somebody that Jesus had 12 disciples. He did not take any of them to heaven. On the day he was transcended, he did not take, on the day he was being crucified. Instead, who was the person Jesus promised on the cross? A thief. A ole. Jesus told the thief, come, you understand this thing. That thief did not join Jesus to walk on water or to perform any miracle. That thief was not one of those that went to fetch water for Jesus to turn into wine on that eventful wedding day. That thief was not one of those who went to collect coins from the mouth of the fish. That thief was not the one who prevented those who wanted to come and attack Jesus, and they in turn had to notch the ear of one of them. That thief was not one of those that Jesus commissioned that say, by the leading, you are going to be the one to betray me, to fulfill that. That thief was not any of the 12 disciples to have been worthy. Jesus made that thief for the first time. Yet Jesus told that thief that you and me today in my Father, why not any of his favorites among the disciples? In other words, the decision or determination will not rest on you. Regardless of how many miracles you have performed in the name of Christ, it doesn't depend on you who will make heaven or not. It doesn't. I'm talking even as Christians. Let's leave Muslims for now. Even as Christians, it does not rest on you. So you do your own. Live, don't judge. Even the Bible says, judge not. We have humanitarian cases. Let us help people. Do your own. Let it be from your heart. You will be happy you did. You will be part of the testimonies when they are rising, when they are receiving their treatment, they are receiving their healings, they are receiving their sight, they are receiving their compensations, they are coming out to say we thank you. You will be watching it, you will be happy to say, oh, I thank God I'm part of these testimonies I'm watching right now. And deep down in your heart, you know you have contributed again to your own heaven. But you want to abandon all of that. You think giving is only when you give to your pastor to continue to service his private jets, buy more helicopter? No. Humanity is surrounding you. You see them every day. They stare you in the face. Leave judgment to God. You are not the one to determine whether a Muslim is going to heaven or not. Let everybody choose the way they want to go to heaven. Everybody has right to choose the way they want, whether as Muslims to go to heaven, whether as Christians to go to heaven, whether it is on their own last day they will encounter Christ. That a case of that thief on the cross. It doesn't depend on you. Be objective. It does not. You cannot assume the status of God or deputy God. You are not the heavens gatekeeper. You are not you are not Malam Megeri that will be at the gates of heaven. It doesn't depend on you. Your own is just to do right, preach to people, lead them to, and leave them to lead this, and let them study you and see that humanity and Christ really lives in you. Let them see that, oh no, this person is not just preaching it, he is living the life. Very important. Thank you so much. I don't want to speak too much, but I'm sure the little I've said is enough message. I'll see you another time. My name is Shegun Olo. Bye for now.